Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LTA 2025 matchup.
With Ryze and Gwen, you can move around the map, you can really attack.
Does the team play to this jungle in the composition, or does the jungler play to the team? I think this is the latter here, as now they're starting up the grubs. We have neutral objectives. River's in the area, so it's not going to be a trade for the dragon. Instead, he's just going to be hanging out, and that's 2 grubs down. Blabber's happy with that.
Yeah, they're going to take that because they've lost push in both of their lanes. They'd rather their duo lane and solo lane can go back to get experience. I think that's considered a win for Cloud9.
Totally.
The fact that they had the time to move, don't even end up losing that cannon wave as Vulcan's able to share it onto the turret. And still, it's I think less about 2 of 3 grubs. It's just denying that that grub feat. But the fact they got 2 is great. Fight.
Oh, now we're finding a pick here onto Loki, potentially. Out of position, flashes away, out of damage range. Quid cannot follow. Sniper wants some more though right now. He's still committed on the Blabber. He's got the damage. First blood, broken wings, breaking knees as Loki tries to go back in. Flash from River. That's 2 kills to 100 Thieves.
And that's what
like
you get.
Some cartoon villain shit right there. He's like, ha ha ha, he's falling into my trap.
I mean, listen, this game state at this point for 100 Thieves is incredibly favorable because we already know that the Riven has
2 completed items, you know, once the row and everything is fully stacked. So C9 is just going to try to sneak at least 1 grub, and then that denies 4. And if you get 2, that's great, but I think you just take 1 and you leave if there's going to be any chance of a fight.
I don't think you want to fight this one, but instead they're engaging themselves. They caught River with nobody around him. Quid has the Emperor's Divide. Now they're re-engaged from 100 Thieves. They got ultimates on days. Vulcan's going to stay alive for quite a while here. Does not give the reset for River for the bailout. And now we're re-engaged onto FBI, who got caught away from his front line. Sven punishes him for it. And C9 win the fight.
Yeah, C9 able to take the fight. It's pretty close. We'll see if they can find Ayla.
He's flashing. One more auto. Oh, the shield and a sidestep. Ayla's out of there.
Out the right angle where they had the numbers advantage. They might get more here too. Ayla in the flash.
Back to live. Ayla's going to go down. Looked like he was just trying to get vision down in the river.
And they have 5 of the 6 grubs. Plus Vulcan is unlocked on the map now. They've got a few picks.
Sniper
no flash.
Has no backup around him. Can they lock down the Riven? Very slippery champion, but I don't think he's going anywhere. Pick in the side lane. Blabber with the kill.
I'm pretty surprised Blabber actually took that kill. Yeah. It does mean unless Quid is heading down there, you're giving over even more gold. So the plates are going to be equalized. They're +1 kill, and they're first on the dragon.
Ooh, making a play into the mid lane instead. Sven, chain CC, well executed Thieves.
Nice pick. I think Sven was trying to get a little bit of information to make sure that Blabber wasn't getting collapsed on,
first tower.
Drake. And they can get the first tower from this.
I'm pretty sure that's feats of strength right there, because they got the first 3 kills first, plus the turret. All right, not too bad for the Thieves.
Because of how good he has been in team fights. So Sniper does the correct mature play there, just giving up the turret as bad as it feels to give it up to his lane opponent in the Gwen, because he would have just completely died under the turret, and his team gets so much more for him giving that up. Not only do they get the top turret for Azir, it looks like they're going to be able to get the Rift Herald uncontested as well.
I gave props for C9's adaptability in the play. I'll give props to 100 Thieves as well for adaptability in game plan. They identified Sniper is not
necessarily taking fights, but it's definitely not looked like 100 Thieves game till maybe now.
Okay, that's actually kicked down from Blabber. Quid flashing in, gets flash out from C9's jungler, but now they're onto the mid laner. River picks up the kill. 100 Thieves find their pick.
And that's the second play where 100 kill, but then they just keep going. That play wasn't even started to Loki, but because Loki was around as they all dove in for Blabber, they just took the guy that was next.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give so much credit there to Quid, because River Q flashes in, then ults, and just gets disengaged by the ulti. If that was the end of the play, that's super beneficial for Cloud9, because you're trading, ult for ult and you're up 1 flash, but then Quid flies in.
Sniper here to not die in the side lane, but actually we'll get back to that. Loki getting caught out in his own jungle. The trap is sprung, and it might answer 1 for 1. Shut down for Blabber. C9 answer in kind, and they do get 1.
Oh, Ayla tried to flash heal and get the bailout, but couldn't actually get in range there of River, so cost them a little bit extra. As those were the issue. River's dead here. There's no hex gates or anything to get him out on that map that fast, and Loki has teleport, so he can always join the play.
Yeah.
And it is 100 Thieves moving over, though. It looks like they still want to contest.
It's directly on a ward, so Quid could teleport there, and River River and
Somebody
Sniper
collapsed
try
on
and
the
make a
TP,
big
though.
move.
He's keeping top. Sniper's going to get in there, but it's too late. I mean, this Otacon is going to go down. Maybe they can win the fight after the fact. Loki teleports in. Quid gets a little damage. As now Ayla, hostile takeover onto everybody. We are going to get a fight. Sniper jumps in. Buying time for River. Quid in the 1v1 against Loki, and he's winning it. Sniper finds so much space. There's the exhaust. That's one down. Thanatos jumps back in as FBI and Blabber are fighting on their own down there. Blabber almost outplays him. We got a fight on two fronts. FBI's all alone as he's going to get chased away. As now they re-engage. Ben trying to buffer the ultimate and will fall. Couple GAs popped as now Thanatos continues the dive, flashing in, shut down.
It is a couple kills, but they also got 3 of the withdraws there, so they removed a lot of those GAs. We'll see if Gwen can get out.
I mean,
Sniper's gonna find him.
Hop over the wall.
Yeah.
I mean,
wings from Sniper. He's going to try and follow.
Gold is still positive for Cloud9 through all of this, so it ends up being not that much stronger than Loki at the moment. So Cloud9 definitely in a good position to start this Drake.
And this is tough for 100 Thieves because they're the comp that doesn't scale quite as well.
No exhaust ready as well for Cloud9, so Sniper might have an opportunity.
Watch for the engage. We're going in straight on the Blabber. If we can pop him, that is Dragon, but instead it's answering back. Blabber gets the kill instead as Loki's still alive. Sniper trying to get on top of him, but he's got Vulcan playing goalie. As C9 now fighting their way out of the pit. Looking at Sniper, big damage. There's the bailout. They got to get a kill. They got it! Sniper lives! 1-for-1 trade so far. Junglers go down, but Cloud9, they got the objective.
Wow, what an insane sequence. River probably went in a little...
3 or 4 item power spike before really going for another push.
I will say, though, Loki hasn't been finding side
here.
lane plays. Maybe now finds
Sniper.
one.
Yeah, Thanatos finding the side lane play onto Sniper. He's played a very calm game up to this point, but eventually he will get picked off. The rest of the team's not able to save him.
Getting out range is getting poked down before he really has a lot of value.
River.
River's behind him.
He found Ben! They caught the 80 carry and he's out of there! 100 Thieves with an insane pick right at the Baron. And now Quid absorbing the ultimate from the Lee Sin, and he finds his own engage. They're getting on the Blabber. They take him down. 100 Thieves are doing it 4v5. Are you kidding me?
What a turn by 100 Thieves. You think with their Riven down, they would play passively, but that's exactly when they decide to go in.
Man, River found such a sick angle there, and Quid also timed the Zhonya's to immune the Lee Sin ultimate there. And then as he comes out, he's able to flash on the other side, so Blabber just kind of kicks him away to safety. Both the mid-jungle there playing insane from that spot. Sven just gets under zeroed, and like you said, they turn there. If someone's overextending, like Sniper or Quid or whoever, then you try to make an odd number play. You try to play with Thanatos and Loki, or even Realm Warping and Vulcan as well, and trying to get picks. Those are the kind of plays where Ryze really succeeds in the later stages of the game. It can be very difficult versus a Varus and a Azir to just walk straight at them. And I did think Cloud9 was going to be playing more heavily in that 1-3-1 style, but they haven't really been able to find very much in that kind of formation.
And even when they picked up...
Still sitting on that 4.5 items right there.
Ooh, do we re-engage a C9 here? Vulcan looks for it. Hostile takeover will land onto just the cow. He pops the ultimate. Unbreakable will keep him very tanky, but not tanky enough. Exhaust onto Sniper. Vulcan still in trouble, and Quid finds the shuffle! C9 are fighting from a desperate spot here. Down 2 members. 100 Thieves bulldozing over them. Double kill to Sniper's Riven. Can he still live? Jumping away from Sven and Loki. They're going to waddle back to their base, but 100 Thieves are bringing it to C9.
They are a force of nature in these team fights. They can just mow through Cloud9 front to back because they have the Renata if anyone tries to turn around. Their timing, the stopwatch from Quid's Azir perfectly, and they might try and end on this push.
I think this is it. It's only 2 members. Yes, they have some wave clear. It's Ezreal, it's Ryze. If they can hit the wave, that can do a lot of damage. River's low as well. They got the wave down pretty much right there, flashing forward, and under the turret, the stasis. 100 Thieves are going to have to try and survive this. They get 1. Loki still alive. Sniper flashes in, gets the stun, still falls. Loki with the shutdown, and 100 Thieves have to realize, nope, we got to cut our losses.
They don't actually know when River reset. I think they're just going to flip it because they're in a bad spot, but look at 100 Thieves, they're just going to push down mid potentially.
I mean, Ryze can kill it pretty fast, but they're hoping that they can stop Gwen and Alistar from approaching, so that way Varus could solo push them off Baron. It's a very tricky situation, and River is also approaching. It would be a smite fight if C9 tries to finish this.
It's going to be a smite fight.
Ryze's health.
It can come down to 50-50. 1 Q could just kill Loki. There it is! FBI finds the snipe, and Quid trying to keep himself alive. Thanatos cannot stick on it.
Still on it.
Sven teleported in. They're still committing to the Baron. River's into the pit. There's no damage onto the Baron. Who gets it? River steals the Baron! 100
are just going to try and do as much damage as possible if they think they can burst it before
I
Blabber
don't know.
gets there.
This is so
Lethality
risky.
Varus.
It's too slow. They should not be doing this. You're
there's
just going to
no
leash
way.
it for him.
I mean, there's the Hex Flash
Chain of
coming
Corruption
in.
will miss, and everyone from 100 Thieves say back away, but can they actually get away?
They want
Vulcan's
kills.
there. If you can find the headbutt, no flash available. And it will just be thanks for the leash.
Okay.
C9 will put themselves on Soul Point.
Oh, this is getting really spicy.
Yes.
Dude. It's a 7K lead, but Cloud9 are...
Let's see what they can get done with this Baron. We have River trying to push the mid wave in, even though he's no longer having a Baron buff to buff the minions, and he might still try and engage under the turret with 100 Thieves having Baron.
We'll see if he can loop around.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Thanatos to try to get something done here as well. You know, he is the only one with the lead, and he's got that 5 items completed, still sitting on the Bramble. But if he can find backline with that death cap completed, he is going to be able to cut through them, no problem. But it's so difficult for him to find any sort of an entrance. You know, they have no angle, and Sven is just getting poked down.
Yeah,
they're
that's
gonna have
gonna
to
be the
give
turret.
double inhib.
At least, I mean, Sven completely has to go away. The Varus is just chunking him if he's able to get any arrows onto him.
And we're back.
They're just on the turrets.
We're back to it. Chain of Corruption lands. It's on the Blabber. No one else is going to follow up on the engage. Vulcan will find his own, though.
Okay.
Unbreakable Will. He can take a lot of damage. Thanatos on the side there, and Quinn actually shuffles him back in towards the team. Vulcan's down. Thanatos has to find him, but he
That's GG.
doesn't. 100 Thieves find the engage. They find the way, and they will yet again slay their rivals in C9. Doubters beware. 100 Thieves are back.
It started slow, but it ended in true 100 Thieves fashions. Non-stop team fighting. Quid gives us a
Diving into the
highlight at the
fountain.
end. Fantasy points. 100 Thieves take him down.
And they get Sven. 100 Thieves will take it. GG, 100 Thieves.